Hey, you guys, this your girl D-Love from the South Side, Inglewood for life, Chicago, that is. And I am back for another one. Yes, I am back for another video. It's gonna be short, promise. I know what the pastor tells you. I won't be before you long. And he talking about another 15, 20 to an hour. That's not me. I'm gonna just get to the point. I would like to long stroke it, but it's cold outside and a sister is trying to get warm. All right, well, as you can see by my title, it's about Harvey, Illinois, a little town by, by Riverdale, and it's next to Dolton, Illinois. Yeah, y'all know Dolton because y'all know Tiffany Hingar, the super mayor. Well, next door is the town called Harvey. Now, one thing about Harvey is that makes it different from Dolton. They have the poverty level is lower than the national average. So there's a lot of seniors that live in Harvey. There really is. There really are a lot of seniors. And there are a lot of Spanish speaking people, and their community is growing vastly. And I don't think that all of them are represented in the census, U.S. Census, in the last census. But um, African American have it's over 63%, 63 or 68% African American since the last census of 2023. So here's where the problem lies. Now they have a mayor. His name is Christopher Clark. He is working to alleviate a problem. Now, I really don't have a problem with the problem, but I just have a problem with the way he's going about it. See, there are citizens or senior citizens, I would say, that live on a particular block, 153rd and Myrtle. I found a video that's going to take you, and so we can look, so I can see, so I can show you, so you can have more context to what I'm saying. So there's a big problem. There's a major problem. So in the city, in the south suburbs, and a lot of south suburbs, and a lot of towns in the south suburbs of the cities, what happens is when it rains in the Chicagoland area, it can pour like, what does it remind me of? That like taking a shower. The rain could be so intense. Well, the Metropolitan Water Reclamation, what they do is, if ever you hear they say the Lake Michigan water is rising. So when it rises, that means, I guess it's an overflow. See, because all the water, the drainage and everything, it goes towards Chicago to the water reclamation. And that water is processed and redistribute, clean, and that's the water that we use to drink. I mean, hey, they use a process to clean the water. But with that being said, there is a sewer. And so when it rains hard, and the city of Chicago, they close their valves. The Lake Michigan can't take any more water. Not sure it's a vast amount of water why it can't take it, but it can't take it anymore. So they close the valves, and so all the water that's coming through the sewers going towards Chicago, because that goes to the least resistance, they close it. So where does the water goes to next? It hits that wall and it goes back toward another least resistance. And guess where the least resistance is? In your home. if you live in the south suburb. Yes, it is the craziest thing ever. You just want to cry when it happens because it happens often. Um, so a couple of times FEMA has been able to, you know, been out, you know how FEMA works and you get money. Hey, listen, FEMA is good, but however, you got to pay that money back. I mean, not pay it back, you got to put it on your taxes. This ain't free money. You got to claim that money. You got to pay taxes on that money. So I'm not sure why they keep like this is a free giveaway. It's not, ain't nothing free. Remember that. So the water backs up into people's houses. Now, like my neighbor, they have two sunk pumps. They said they get a little water, but I don't have a sunk pump. And I'm like, whew, could you imagine that? That just seems so stressful. That's even more stressful. And there's no help to pay for to get one in your home. You have to pay for it yourself. So, so people like me and others, your basement just floods. I know, like in Dolton, Riverdale, Harvey, or Calumet City, and those are the ones that I've heard locally of who has really been getting water into their basements. So if you live in an area where y'all don't have basements, you are blessed. But so what happens is, so once it hits to that water, it goes back into your house, and nothing you can do. You just watch all your things you have just floating, float, 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 like I say, float on, and it's the craziest thing ever. I'm trying to tell you. So, with that being said, let me let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. So, Mayor Clark, the Water Reclamation, they're working together to alleviate that flooding into people's homes. Because you know that water will weaken the foundation, and you don't want that. That's more problems. So they are uh, trying to build a pond, or what they say, a reservoir, and it's going to be built in the middle of residents' homes, or they're going to take people's homes on this one block to alleviate the issue or issues. And the problem with that is, like, again, I don't have a problem with the reservoir and the pond, but I do have a problem with them where they want to place it. See, because the homes that they want to take are like senior citizen homes who's been there for years. Because if nobody fights for them, who will, right? And I don't know why people are just so quiet about it. Nobody's fighting about it. Anybody uplifted, upset about it? Nothing. Not sure what's up with that. But so they want to take these seniors home. Now, I must say, in this block, they have a lot of vacant houses and abandoned lots, but there's still homes on that block. Now, really, he could. There's a couple of things that he probably should have thought about, but and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation. I guess they're trying to do the cheapest way out. Because what you should have did was taken that money and go build the people homes you're going to take and build them new homes. Now that's something. I mean, that would be something like something beautiful, and it's paid for. Because if their homes are paid for, you just upgrade them and give them a beautiful home in the same neighborhood, in the same area. Because the pond or the retention pond that they want to build, it's like right near a school. Where they do that at? Unless something happened to one of them kids. Harvey can't afford to keep paying, suing and whatnot, being sued for stuff. Or, or the next best thing is to, like, let me say this. I know it's gonna sound the craziest thing ever, because we paid like close to $7,000 in property taxes. So the least thing you can do is do the right thing, sir. Sir. I'd say that about Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, and I'd say the same thing about Mayor Christopher Clark of Harvey, Illinois. Do the right thing by these senior citizens. Don't just take their homes. Give them something of value. And people say, "Oh yeah, they're gonna get they're gonna get paid for their homes." Now, from my understanding, they're only trying to give them $50,000 for their home. And mind you, if you're a senior citizen, you're on fixed income, you've been living there all your life, you raised your family. How fair does that sound? I don't know what's going on with government right now. There needs to be a sweep, a change, a shift. And when I realized, I said, why are they building these? Why do they want to build this retention pond in the middle of a residential zoning area for homes? And you know what I realized? You say, what, girl? I realized this retention pond is not for the citizens of Harvey. It's actually for the hospital, Ingalls Hospital. I got money on it because in Harvey, the main police department cannot hold their prisoners there or detainees because the police department is not equipped anymore to hold it. Something wrong with the building. So really, why don't y'all tear the building down, put the retention pond there, and open a police department somewhere else? Take the money, whatever extra money you get, and help people to rebuild their homes and to bring Harvey back to life. That sounds like the most logical thing to do. I mean, we got crime, prostitution, everything else. And this retention pond, you got to use what you have until you have money to do it. Now, the Metropolitan Water Reclamation is also paying for a lot of this project. So Mayor Harvey, he done took 60 people down there, senior citizens down there, and now they say, oh yeah, the people are all happy about it. Now see, the people who want to take those properties, they don't live in the community. So do they really care? And see, there's no pressure. So they're gonna keep doing what they want to do. And that's what I noticed about government lately. They're gonna keep doing what they want to do, regardless of or how it affects the residents. Trust me, you see it in your everyday living. Now, I was talking to, I don't know if you may not know Critical Smoker. He's the one who recorded Thornton Township's meetings. And he was saying he went to a meeting recently, a town hall meeting, and he said it ran so efficiently. And I'm trying to figure out what is it about this certain government who get drunk with politics that has nothing for the residents. You know, they lied to you to get in. They want to get in. They grin until they get in. I said it. Let's go back to this residential pond. Now this pond, I said, why is it right there? Because that don't make sense that they want to take, it's in like a residential area. But I realized 2 blocks, maybe 2 blocks down. Maybe 2 blocks down, there's a big hospital. I remember 2 to 3 years ago, the hospital basement flooded, and that was that in the basement had the record department. And I heard somebody say, "Oh, I think I want to say I say it was on the Ring app or the Citizen app," and they said there were files of floating in the basement. So that's really what it's about. It ain't about the residents of Harvey. It's about the hospital. And I'm gonna say that until I believe something different because they don't even talk about why they chose the area that they have chosen. Does the water reclamation think it's okay to take the people's house and put it right there? There has to be a more central place to put it where everyone can be able to use it. Now I did read on Harvey's Facebook politics page. They said that they're all they don't really have to build the retention pond because it's already something in place from the state of Illinois that they're working on. So that's why I say is there's some smash and grabbing going on. But doesn't that, I don't want you to hear from me. I want you to watch this video with me. And I'm going to show it to you now. All right, here we go. Okay, I know it. Ready? Let's go back. What are they?
Knocking on doors.
It's 100% true, and I'm glad to hear that you're confirming.
Let's stop this for a minute. So I want to make sure you can hear. Oh, I did have the volume on. I'm sorry. All right, let's start over.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Knocking on doors.
It's 100% true, and I'm glad to hear that you're confirming.
So that's the block they want to take.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Knocking on doors.
It's 100% true, and I'm glad to hear that you're confirming.
I can't tell you
Okay,
how many times I've heard that.
let's see if I can pause it.
Knocking on.
So as you can see, that's a whole neighborhood. That's a whole block. Those are houses on that block, and that's that. So they're gonna tear all those houses down in that apartment building, and build a water pond. What you think about
Knocking
that?
on doors.
It's
Craziest thing ever. I'm telling you, crazy. I'm outdone. It's a block. Okay, here is an article that I think that you will find interesting, and it will give you more context about what they're trying to do. And no, it does not look like this picture.
Homeowners on 153rd and Myrtle tell me they worked hard for their homes and they don't want to leave. But the city of Harvey says a retention pond is needed to reduce severe flooding. But residents tell me they won't be leaving without a fight.
I just don't want to leave. I'm too old.
Joe Poole is 88 years old and has lived on this Harvey block for more than 50 years. When he learned that he and his neighbors would have to move sometime next year, he was heartbroken.
Yeah, it's my home. I'm comfortable here. Put yourself in my shoes. Been here Them many years, and then you're gonna pack up and try to move someplace else.
This past July, Poole and his neighbors were informed that the city of Harvey and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago plan to build a stormwater retention basin on this block. The goal, to address a history of flooding in Harvey. The city of Harvey says it would need to acquire 31 total parcels, including 15 residential properties, meaning homeowners like Poole and his daughters who live next door would have to leave. Residents tell me they support making Harvey a better place, but not at the expense of people's homes.
Why do it in an area where you have long living residents? These residents who live on this block is what built your community.
The city says the nearly $10 million project will include roughly 10,000 feet of new storm sewers, storage of 7.5 million gallons of storm water, and a new 4.5-acre park with a landscaped water feature. There were 4 public meetings, according to the city, but Second Ward Alderwoman Colby Chapman says 4 meetings isn't enough.
Like most residents, I was stunned. Sitting in City Hall learning about the project, capital improvement should never come at the expense of someone's livelihood.
The alderwoman says she learned plans for this project have been in the works since 2018, but says the city kept it under wraps until this past summer.
We could have done some further investigation on this entire project to determine where else could it have gone. This project has been done in Stone Park, it's been done in Robbins, even Dolton, local areas around here, and nobody was displaced. So why here in the city of Harvey is that even a thought or even an ask?
In a statement to the ABC 7i team, the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago says the exact location of the basin was determined because it provides the greatest amount of flood relief to residents in the project area within its budget. The department also says, quote, most recently on September 16th and 17th, 2023, the National Weather Service recorded more than 5 inches of rainfall in Harvey, which further highlights the additional need for stormwater management resources and the unpredictable effects of climate change that are forcing us to adapt on an unprecedented scale. Residents say while better infrastructure in Harvey is needed, putting people out of their homes should not be on the table.
How do we go and displace folks who have been in their home for over 50 years?
According to the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago, it will try to reach an agreement with property owners on the purchase price of their Harvey homes. If an agreement is not reached, though, the department will have to file eminent domain cases. The Harvey homeowners I spoke with tell me this isn't about the money. They say they just want to stay in their homes.
You see that? I told you. And this man is running for Tiffany Henyard's supervisor position in Thornton Township. If he's going to displace people, senior, working class, from their home, what is he going to do with Thornton Township? Yeah, but open your eyes and stop closing them. We better put the fight together now and don't wait till 4 February. Because the story is not over, and it will not be over even after Tiffany Henyard leaves. If the community does not stand up and continue to fight together. Now, I had recently talked to a couple of people at the Thornton Township meeting the other day, and they was asking them, why doesn't nobody come and help Harvey? They said because Harvey residents are not up fighting with each other, fighting for it. So, you go to the meeting, there's not a lot of people in those Harvey monthly meetings. And one of the problems is because, the Harvey has a lot of seniors, as I said, but they also have Spanish-speaking community. And then actually the population is growing over there, or, with Spanish speaking. It's just they don't come out because the one lady said at the meeting, she asked the mayor, could you please have something where people are Spanish speaking, they want to come out, but they don't want to come because they don't understand, because they don't all speak English. See, that's how they want to keep us. They don't want us to understand. And the ones who don't understand, they want to keep you not understanding, because that's how they keep doing what they're doing. and think it's acceptable. So that's why I said, ain't nobody coming to say Harvey. Harvey got to get up and start saving himself. Just a couple of people ain't gonna do it. And again, the sad part is it's us seniors. I mean, there's some people who are not seniors, but it's not enough that's out here fighting like Dolton is fighting for their town and their township and their city. Well, I'm just here to educate you a little, get you fired up, get you to make you wonder, make you go check your township and see what they got going on. That's what we're about. We're here to think and advocate and to get some understanding and stop the madness. And let's move forward with progression, not regression. So there's going to be more videos to come about Christopher Clark. I can't even call him Mr. or Mayor because he's not doing things right and just for these people. And that retention pond is not for the greater good of the community, it's the greater good of the hospital. Yes, I said it again. Just in case he's listening. Because they kicked me out the meeting last month. I think it was early this month. And I hadn't even done anything. But I said, it's all right. It ain't going to stop me from coming. You know, that was my civil rights that they violated. Like putting me out of the meeting for no reason. Oh, he said, oh, you were talking. I was not talking. I showed the lady my phone. And that was it. So, and I would hate to see the same thing happen to Thornton Township if this mayor gets in there. It ain't going to be no good, let me tell you. Well, I'm not going to hold you too long. I just wanted to stop by because I'm going to keep making these videos, baby, about what's going on in the community. And nothing and no one is going to stop me. And, you know, along the way, I'm going to pick up some interviews and we're going to talk to other people and let's find out what's really going on and see how we can unite the community to get involved in their own community. Let's stop politicians just doing what they want to do with our money. Just saying. Well, this your girl D-Love from the South Side, Inglewood for life. Chicago, that is. Until we meet again, you take care and don't stop thinking. Later.
It's D-Love on the South Side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' Inglewood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows, fierce built up.